Hello, and welcome to another one of my self-motivating videos. My name is Musa Stewart, and I do these videos to self-motivate. I am my biggest fan, and one of my goals this year is to push myself to become the person that I want to be. And by doing these videos, I'm helping myself to make progress and to move ahead. And I share them with you because I know there are people who want to do the same thing to have some sort of motivation and inspiration. So if you're one of those persons, I say welcome, and I hope this video will benefit you. Today is Friday, and we all love Fridays because it's the start of the weekend. But my question that I used to ask myself when I started to feel like my Fridays were just about coming home and not having to go to work was, what are my plans for the weekend? And I'm asking you the same question today also. What are your plans for the weekend? Are you going to start working on that goal or the goals that you say you were going to work on in 2020? Are you going to start doing what you said you would do? It doesn't have to be about money. Maybe you want to declutter your home. Maybe you need to clean up your closet. Maybe there's something you've been wanting to do but just couldn't find the time or the energy to do. Or are you telling yourself again that there is absolutely no way you can get through this, that you can get this done because you are so tired, you've been to work all week, you had a rough week at work, so it's just not possible? Of course, we all tell ourselves that. But have you thought about what it's going to take you to make that happen? Because whatever our situation, if you truly and really need to get something done, I know us humans, you will find the time to get it done regardless of what's going on. Whether you are tired, whether you have so much to do at home, if something means that much to you, you will find the time to get it done. Let me give you an example. What if you look behind you and somewhere in the distance, you had an instinct that something was after you, that something was out to get you? It's all the way out in the distance, but you have this feeling that it's going to come at you. Would you stand there and wait for it to come and get you? Or would you gather up all your strength and run to put a lot of distance between you and that thing that's fearing you, that's making you afraid, so that you can even lose it and not see it again? Wouldn't you do that? It's the same as taking time to work on the things that really mean something to you. Every one of us as humans have something that we really, really, really want to accomplish. It doesn't always have to be about money. There are things in our lives that we want to push through, we want to get rid of, that we want to do. There are things we want to bring into our lives, to attract into our lives. But it doesn't happen until you get up and do it. And one of the best times I found when I started asking myself these questions was the weekend. Although we have 8 extra hours during every day to do whatever we want to do with, sometimes we fall short of doing those things. But when the weekend comes around, what excuse do you have? Or when you have a day off or 2 days off, if you don't work Monday to Friday, I'm sure you have some time off. What are you doing with that time? So here's what I started to do that helped me a whole lot. And I'm sure you can begin to do the same thing to help you get started. You don't have to do anything fantastic or outrageous. Just start. So the first thing I did when I started to ask myself these questions, I started to write down the things that I wanted to start and finish within 30, 60, maximum 90 days. Because when we break up our goals and our tasks into manageable and measurable time frames, we find that we can begin to work on them little by little, and that's what I did. When you write things down, it shows that you are getting serious about it because you are taking it out of your head and putting it down on paper. Because now you'll be able to see it and not only think about it. The second thing that I started to do was to start with the most important thing on that list. And mind you, I don't overcrowd my list. My list is no more than 3 items. If I throw in a fourth one, it means that there's something came up that I really, really, really want to accomplish or want to make a part of my plans. But I keep it to 3 because I think 3 things you want to really do is manageable. And it could be anything, like I said in the beginning. You could want to clean up your house. Maybe you haven't done any cleaning for a long time. You could want to begin to exercise. Maybe you need to start working on your health goals. You could want to start working on your finances instead of running to the mall or to the store or going online to shop every weekend. You could begin to think about, where is all this money going? There is so much that you can do to begin to make progress in your life. And it doesn't have to be about money all the time, you know? So the next thing I started to do was to set a day in each week to hold myself accountable. That's when I did my progress report. Yes, I hold myself accountable. People will tell you to find accountability partners. But as old as I am, if I can't hold myself accountable and know those things that I want to do, then I have a problem. So my day is on Saturdays. On Saturdays, I stop and I take note of everything I said I was going to do. And I begin to write the successes, those things that I was able to accomplish. I write down my challenges, those things that were difficult. And then guess what? My challenges transfer into my tasks for the following week because I still need to work on them. I'm not one to give up on a challenge. So if I'm working on something and it begins to show that, oh, this thing is a little bit too tough, I'm going to put it aside. I'm not going to stress over it for now. I'm going to put it aside, but I'm going to go back to it. So once I started doing this, I started to see traction in what I was doing because I was holding myself accountable. Every weekend on Saturday, I will go to that book. And mind you, I have a notebook. It's not a very big book. I just have something that costs about maybe $1.50 from Staples or the dollar store or something. You don't have to take anything fancy. Just take a notebook and begin to write those things down. When you write, there's power in penning, your thoughts on paper. It happened for me, and I'm sure it can happen for you as well. The next thing you have to do is to keep track of your successes and your challenges. As I said before, you have to write it down. If you don't keep track of it, don't just think about it and say, okay, I did this and I did that and I did the other one. Okay, this was difficult and that was difficult. Write it down. There is power in writing things down. You come back to them and you say, oh, I did this and it was all perfect. You gave yourself some thumbs up. This one was a little difficult. Why was it difficult? I need to work on that. The next thing that I do, which is very difficult, and for most people, it requires a lot of pulling and hauling, is to commit to the process. When you begin to commit to doing something, you become consistent in doing it. So I'm consistent. On Saturdays, I do my progress report and I write down my tasks for the next week, which is all tied into my goals. Everything I need to do is tied into the goals. So every task I perform personally is tied to my personal goals. Whether my personal goals will include my business or anything else, I consider it my personal goals. So commitment is tough, but when you begin to get rid of the little distractions around you, like grabbing the remote and just flipping channels, or trying to go hang out and spend money that you really might not have, you will begin to see some sort of consistency and the commitment will grow. And as that commitment grows, you begin to make progress. And when you make progress constantly, that's how you begin to grow and move to the next level. So as I tell myself every day, regardless of how tired I am, I need to find that time when I get home. Even if it is for 2 hours, I have to touch something that I want to work on because I know it's all for my own good. It's all for my own good. So I hope this video was helpful to you. I went over a little bit today. I usually stick to 5 minutes, but it's all good. I hope this video helped you a lot, and I will be coming to you with more videos to share with you about what I'm doing in my life. So have a wonderful weekend and go do something wonderful this weekend. I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.